Alright guys, this is my response video to, the player drops and the way I handle it and all the nonsense that followed. Okay, so Saturday, Lou Fighter Jets lets me know Cage 6 drops, made some questionable drops and I should look at it. I did, and I agreed they were questionable. Reached out to Cade and he explained why he did what he did. So he thought he could put Zach Ertz in the injured reserve slot since the previous week he was designated out. So he dropped David Johnson. The strategy failed because Zach Ertz was already now on the bye week, and the player has to have the O out designation in order for him to be able to slide him into the injured reserve. When he couldn't do that, he assumed he could only have one tight end on the roster, which led him to drop then Zach Ertz and pick up Eric Ebron. So I understood the reasoning. I appreciate Lou bringing it to my attention. I appreciate Cade trying to have a full and active lineup, and he was willing to drop one of his best players in order to have that full lineup. Unfortunately, when you drop a guy that's 98% owned, ranked second overall tight end, you're giving another team the opportunity to be very strong, especially if that team is in the playoff hunt. So that's basically what happened there. And when it first happened, I started thinking Saturday, what am I going to do about it? So honestly, I really had no intention on doing anything about Zach Ertz. I knew he was a top 5 within that range tight end. I didn't know he was number 2. He is ranked 74 overall. So, I basically just took that as well. He's on a bye. He was dropped. The waiver date was going to end Monday. So, I wasn't going to do anything about that. David Johnson was the name that concerned me the most, just because of the realm of possibility that he removed his cast. He could return, whether at his own will or whether Arizona management allows it. That kind of caliber player, a running back on a team that would basically be feeding him the ball. Number 1 ranked player going into this season, probably ranked top 3 going into next. He's literally could single-handedly win you a week with what he's capable of with receiving and running. So that is the big issue I felt was at hand. Some people disagree, some people agree, some people may not care. So I apologize to those guys that feel that I used my commissioner privileges, unfairly to, reverse this decision, or should I say the transaction that was made by Cade. Any player is allowed to do what he wants with his team. Cade, unfortunately, we have to be biased towards his team because his record is 2-7, mathematically out of it, and it wasn't frustration drops, but those are drops you just don't make in week 10, going into week 11. So with that being said, guys, to those of you that disagree and felt I did something wrong, my apologies. I acted so swiftly because of the fact that I was sick on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, did not work Monday and Tuesday. I knew I still had the opportunity by Tuesday evening to do something about David Johnson, because I felt I needed to do something to maintain the integrity of the league by putting him back on K6's team. The way I see it, no harm, no foul. many of you will probably disagree that that action should have been taken on Zach Ertz. But, you know, the number 2 second place team, Lou, did let me know what happened. He did pick him up, but I appreciate his unselfishness because he could have easily let it sneak under the radar, and it probably would have if he wouldn't have told me. And I appreciate any guys that you know, bring stuff like this to my attention, because you know, I can't monitor every single little thing as much as I'd like to. So guys, you know, the season moves on. We're gonna, you know, as always, make the best league just keep going. And you know, I hear your text messages, your phone conversations, the messages on the message board. So next time I'll handle it differently, handle it better. But as commissioner, I felt I did what was best for everyone. So again, thanks to Lou, thanks to Cade for being a good sport about this. You know, mistakes happen. Next time, guys, if there's something you don't know about, you have a question about a setting or something, just send me a text before you do something hasty. That way, you know, you don't end up regretting it in the end. All right, peace out. The best commissioner on the planet Earth, #1. Later.